Hey guys, it's Lindsay here with Pilates On Demand. Today we're going to do a full body Pilates workout on the wall. Now, as I've been practicing this routine, I am shocked at how crazy the amount of control and stability you need in your hips. And the wall really gives you good feedback. You're like, oh wow, I need to be working on this. I definitely should be practicing this stuff more. So I hope that this is an insightful class. It can be as advanced as you want it. And remember, maybe you do 2-3 reps and you're like, okay, I need to take a break, and you build on it. Okay? So without further ado, you're gonna stand up. This is the amount of wall space I'm using. So I'd say it's about 1.5 feet. It will be some standing to start class, and then we'll be laying down to do core, arms, and extension. So we're gonna get started back all the way up against the wall. Heels sits bones distance. So right where the deep glute lives, that's where my heels are living on the floor. Heels all the way up against the wall. I'm gonna draw my kneecaps up, press my tailbone into the wall, allow the natural curve in my low back, so the lumbar spine has that dip into it, and then ribs pull back. Sternum is back, chest is open, palms into the wall, and then retract the head. So this is something in Pilates training we call the plumb line. So it's really the natural curves of the spine. We've got those two indentations, meaning the lordotic curves, which live in the cervical spine, which is the neck, and the low back, the lumbar spine. So I want you to feel that you have those two curves, but then I want you to feel that we are not being hyperkyphosis, right? So the shoulders, for instance, the shoulders aren't rounding. The head is not tilting forward. So this is really helpful for posture. So like a chicken, pull your chin into your throat, spread your chest open, pull your rib cage back. You should already be working. Okay, grow an inch taller through the spine, and then let's float the arms straight forward in front of the chest. The only points that are going to leave the wall are your shoulder blades. Keep your ribs drawing back. You're going to reach your hands forward and spread your shoulder blades off the spine away from the wall, protraction, then pull the shoulder blades back in together, spreading the collarbone. Round your upper back, reach forward, but nothing else has moved. Head is back, ribs are back. And then pull the shoulder blades back towards the spine. Not so much that they're gripping like crazy, just that you find the wall. So shoulders scoop and round forward, leaving the wall, but the waist is hugging back. And then the shoulder blades draw back and the chest opens. So really good for mobility in the spine and in those shoulders. We reach forward, waist hugs back. We retract and the chest opens. Okay, let's do 2 more. Round forward, shoulders never lift up or down. They constantly stay anchored. They constantly stay down. Okay, last one. Ooh, gotta find the wall with the ribs. That's the hardest part for me for sure. Round, reach forward, and then pull the arms back. Okay, hands to the wall, grow up an inch taller. This is our roll down. So bone by bone, we'll leave the wall. First, lift through the crown of the head, start to peel forward. Now make sure your back has not left the wall yet. Yeah, so those ribs and the upper back is still on the wall. Now as you start to curl forward, I want you to think of your spine climbing higher and higher up, and then you start to dive over your rib cage. We're gonna keep right at the bottom rib on the wall. That's where we're gonna stop. Now when we go back to the wall, you're gonna find a few ribs at a time, then the entire rib cage plants, then the upper back, then the skull. Okay? Lift up, pull the ribs back, and then start to curl forward. As you dive forward, resist the next bone, the next vertebra, leaving the wall. Work really hard to pull back through the waist. Good, and then restacking just inch by inch. Okay, it's so minimal and I am sweating like crazy. So just keep it nice, slow, and controlled. This is that spinal flexibility. Good, let's do 2 more. We're gonna lift tall through the crown of the head. I feel 1 bone leave the wall at a time, and I'm climbing up through my spine as if I want the spine to touch the ceiling as I round forward. The low back is as tall as possible. My navel's lifting towards my rib cage, and then I'll re-stack the spine inch by inch. Humbling, huh? Last one. Think if your ears touching the ceiling, pull up. Good, rib cage, abdominals, pull back. Curl up and over your waist. Get a little taller, stand heavy in your heels. And then roll it up 1 inch at a time. Find the wall. Okay, feet are gonna move about 2 inches forward. If you find that this is easy, you can bring the heels back to the wall. I'm more like 4 inches forward. This is our single leg circle. Feet are hips distance apart. We have our plumb line. Lift tall through the crown of the head. Without shifting the weight, you're going to lift your right leg up. So push your left foot into the floor, float the right leg forward, hips are on the wall, and now we circle the right leg in the hip socket. Find the wall with your hips evenly, your rib cage, and your chest. Good, and then reverse the circle. Good, I'm keeping just a soft foot and an extended knee. I'm focusing on the pelvis, pulling the left side of the waist back. Good, last one, and float the leg down. Match the toes with the left foot. Okay, palms into the wall, engage your triceps, rib cage hugs in, and then stand really tall through this right hip, left leg extends forward. Good, and then I'm gonna circle the leg around while trying to not move anything in my spine, anything in my pelvis. Good, lift, lift, lift. Do not collapse through the vertebra. Okay, reverse the circles. Ooh, this side is definitely harder for me. Working hard, guys. Oh, I can feel I'm trying to grip with my fingertips. So if that's you, palms down, not finger gripping. Last 2, and 1. And then feet to the floor. Okay, we're warm. We're gonna get into our footwork. So the wall is our reformer, our carriage bed. The feet are gonna go still sits bones distance, but now away from the wall. You'll do a little test. When you slide down the wall, knee over ankle. So I'm gonna walk just a little further out. That's where my feet are gonna stay. Okay, come on up to tall standing. Toes, knees, hips are forward, palms on the wall. Find the spine curves, and we inhale, take it down. Hip creases in line with the knee. Pull back through your core and then drive through your heels. Squeeze your thighs and press back up. Make it challenging. Inhale, we slide down. Good, you can modify by not going as low. Exhale, push the floor away from you. Slide back up the wall. Woo, we're working now. Breathe in, glide down. Still feel head, ribs, tailbone on the wall. Breathe out, slide up. Good, we're gonna do 3 more. Inhale, we take it down. Exhale, firm your thighs, drop up through the front of them and squeeze at the top. Don't pop the knees back like that. Keep a micro bend in those knees. We don't want to pop the knees back, we want to squeeze the muscle, yeah? Especially if you're very flexible. Okay, this next one we're gonna stay down. Remember, we have the natural curve. The ribs stay down. The only thing moving is going to be our pelvis. So we're gonna tilt the hip bones up towards the chin. The low back meets the wall. Then angle the tips of your hip bones down to the floor and find your natural arch in your back again, okay? Exhale, hip bones tilt up, navel hugs the low back. Continue to keep that core tight as we angle those hip bones down. So we're gently rocking the pelvis into a posterior tilt and then an anterior tilt. Now, when you're doing this, there should be no movement in your ribs, in your chest, or in your head. So we're isolating the hips, but the thighs are working, huh? Okay, nice and slow. As you scoop the hips up, the tailbone is reaching to the floor. Nice, let's do 2 more. Last 2. And final 1. Good, find neutral. Drive up through the feet. Nice work. We're gonna take the feet a little wider, your outer hips distance apart. If you're feeling good, hands will now leave the wall. We are retracting, pulling the shoulders back the whole time. Here we go, big breath in. Slide down the wall, find the ribs into the wall. I know I keep saying that one, but that's the one I'm having a challenging time finding. That is definitely the point that I have to work on. Squeeze up through your thighs. Breathe in, we glide down, hips in line with knees. Good, breathe out, we climb back up. So staying really tall through the spine, even as we go down into the squat, right? So we're not letting the body sink. We're holding on to nice, strong alignment. Okay, I'm gonna take about 3 more here. Breathe in, glide down. Breathe out, slide up. Good, and last 2. Good, finding the back on the wall. Final one, you're gonna stay low, okay? Working hip, knee stability, ankle mobility. Heels lift, heels lower. The body does not move up and down. The body is stationary, staying at the same height. Good, even weight in both feet. Oh, I feel a little crooked. Hip bones lining up with the knees. Ribs, upper back, head, tailbone on the wall. Every toe should be down. Make sure you're not rolling out, rolling in. Yep, we're nice and even. We're here, 5. Pull back through those upper abdominals. 4, 3. Good work, guys. 2, 1. Heels down, drive through the heels, slide up. This is where it's gonna get hard. Hands to the wall. We're gonna start with the feet together. You are welcome. Find the wall, neutral spine. Slide down, hips in line with the knees. This is all stability. You could make it really easy if you throw your body around. We don't wanna do that. Rib cage, tailbone on the wall. Without any movement in your left side, you're gonna float your right leg up. Reach it forward. Plant the right foot down. Still try not to shift right. Stay right centered in the body. And then float the left leg up. And then find the ground. I'm squeezing the quad. I'm keeping the foot relaxed. Good, so take your time. Go at your own pace. Try not to rush it. Reach up through the tips of the ears. Pull the ribs back. Pull the tailbone back. When you extend your leg, that hip should not leave the wall. So right leg extends, right butt still touching the wall. Good, you're gonna give me 3 more right here. 3. And 2. Good, 1 more. And 1. Feet to the floor, slide up the wall. Okay, so if you did good with that, feet, hips distance. The wider the feet, the more challenging. The hips distance is really the proper way to do this one. I gave you kind of like the remedial version first. So same thing, head on the wall, chest on the wall, ribs, tailbone on the wall, slide down, hips in line with the knees. Much harder now. 1 leg extends at a time. Push your palms back into the wall. Extend the right leg. And then slowly take it down. Good, I go toe ball feel to plant the foot. Extend the left leg, woo! Can tell this one's harder. And slowly take it down. Now peek at your body. Yeah, as you move your legs one by one. Good, see what's going on. Maybe you're lucky and you have a mirror right in front of you. That's super helpful. Yeah, because then you can keep your head stacked, keeping the alignment. But you know, sometimes it's good to gaze. Check the pelvis. Good, check that when you lift one foot, the other leg doesn't swing out to the side. You guys are doing awesome. Maybe take the feet a little wider. You're feeling good. Good, push the foot on the floor into the floor, like you're pushing the floor forward to send the body back. That's gonna help create that stability. Good, let's do 3 more. 3. Ooh, yeah, it's interesting to see the difference between the 2 sides. 2. Last one. 1. Good, feet down, slide up the wall. Okay, spinal articulation from the pelvis. Feet are gonna be at this diagonal, head on the wall. Your top ribs will stay on the wall the whole time. Neutral to start, scoop the pelvis, flattening the low back, and then roll the spine up. Bottom ribs will lift, but the top ribs, I want you to pull into the wall. Chest into the wall, shoulder blades, little curve in the cervical spine, head back. Glide it back to the wall, bone by bone, find neutral. 2 more, this is our reset. Curl up, peel the spine. This is like amazing to make your back feel good. Good, but really thinking, 1 bone touches at a time. And when I peel the spine off the wall, I'm resisting the next bone leaving. So I'm retracting my abdominals into the wall. That's the resistance. Good, and then we roll it back and down. Okay, lock it in. We're now gonna turn to face the wall. Are you sweating? I'm sweating. These are our lunges and our carriage kicks. The wall will give us a point of reference to know if we're doing this correctly. Fingertips are gonna go in line with the shoulders. Left toes, I'm gonna slide the mat in. Left toes are gonna go all the way up against the wall. So the tops of the toes touch, fingertips on the wall. Right toes step back. Everything is hips distance and squared off. Head pulls back. I want you to gently push the wall away from you, yeah? You're not leaning into the wall. You're actually pushing off of it. Pull your chest and your waist back. We're gonna inhale down into the lunge. You can stop here, or you can bring the knee to tap the floor. It just depends on your form and your strength, yeah? Now, the wall is going to teach us this front hip. What we don't wanna do is send the knee forward to lunge. Yeah? The knee and the wall should have the same distance the whole time, whether we're standing or whether we're down in the lunge. So that's your point of reference. So check that out. You can gaze down, left knee, left wall. Where are we at? Okay? And then lift up tall through the crown of the head. Good, we're gonna do 10 here, so that was about 5. Let's go 5 more. I'm strongly squeezing my left glute by pushing the whole left foot into the floor as I stand. And I'm not hyperextending the knee at the top. I'm keeping a micro bend. I am flexible, so a micro bend to me feels bent. So if you're flexible, you'll probably feel like your knee is still bent. That's okay. Yeah, it's better than stressing out the muscles, the ligaments in the back of the knee. Last 2. Breathe in, we go down. Breathe out, we come up. Okay, this one you're gonna stay to your lowest point. Maybe that's here, maybe that's here. Hands come off the wall and onto our hips. Again, don't let your left knee move. You're going to go into your carriage kicks. The right foot comes in, knee underneath the right hip. Woo! And then you're gonna extend your right leg all the way long. Okay, I'm going as slow and as steady as I can. This is not about getting a bunch of reps. This is about trying to not let your left thigh, your left leg move. Imagine your left leg is locked in a cast. It can't move at all. It has to stay in the exact position in order to pull the right knee in and out. Okay, try to evenly distribute weight throughout the left foot. I'm trying to keep my chest tall, but for me, I need to hinge forward a little bit. I'd say if you're more advanced, you could bring yourself more upright. But for me, I'm able to control this a little bit more by hinging forward. Chest is open, ribs are in. Give me 3 more. You got it. Stay low. 3. Woo! And 2. Breathing in, breathing out. Final 1. Step it out. Drive up through the left foot and stand. Fire. Stabilizers firing. Right toes, tips of the toes. Toenails touch the wall. Left toes tucked, high heel. Fingertips on the wall. Pushing you out. Chin back, ribs back. Inhale down into the lunge. Exhale, drive through the right heel. So one side of the body could be much different than the other, yeah? So let's now look at the right hip. Pelvis should be like a belt right across your waist. It should line up. Yeah? You don't want to have one side of the belt higher than the other, right? Okay. Breathe in, we go down. Breathe out, we come up. Remember, we're pushing the wall gently away from us to help keep our spine over our hips. That's actually going to make our legs work a little harder. We're loading the glutes more by bringing that upper body weight back. Got about 5 more right here. You know what you're in for. This is our last standing exercise before we bring it to the floor. Good, breathe in, we go down. Breathe out, we drive up. Big squeeze in the right glute, maintain that little bend in the right leg. Okay, this is the one where I want you to find a position you're able to stay low in without standing up. So glass ceiling above the head, don't blast through it. Hands to the hips. Okay, you're going to not move the right knee or right thigh as you bring your left knee underneath the hip and then back out. Yeah, I'm doing my best to stay light in the leg. Yeah, I'm putting as much weight as I can in the right foot. This side I think is a little easier for me. Okay, another thing I didn't say on the last side but would be helpful is you have a open glass of water on your right thigh and on your head. So really imagine that and see if you can move in a space that there is no movement in the upper body. Yeah, it takes a lot of mind body. I'm thinking about what I'm doing like crazy. Woo! Good work, guys. Give me 3 more right here. I want you to breathe through it. Breathe in, breathe out. Tummy's tight. Okay, last 2. Face away from the wall. Last 1. Step it out and then drive up through your front foot. We're gonna take it down to the mat. This is our last leg move of the class. Single leg pelvic curls. I like single leg work. I think it really helps balance the body out. So you're close enough to the wall. Let's bring the feet in line with the hips. The modification would be together. That will make it easier. In line with the hips is gonna make it harder. Knees over hips. So check that alignment. If you're not close enough, wiggle yourself in. Find the plumb line on the mat. So back of the head. The skull has that little curve to it. Rib cage down, tailbone down. So we're in a neutral position of the spine. You're going to lift your right leg up to tabletop. Nothing has changed. Plant the left foot firmly into the wall, scoop the pelvis, start to roll up through the spine. Continue to pull your shoulders and that top rib down. And then you're gonna roll back to the floor, melting the spine down, finding neutral. Good, your hip bones curl up. Both sides of the back lift evenly. So you don't want it to look like the right side of your body is tilted down. Right side of the body faces the ceiling, exactly like the left side of the body. These should feel good. A little gentle hamstring work, but nothing compared to our carriage kicks. Am I right? And roll it down. Final 3. Firmly plant from your big toe, ball of the pig toe, inner heel, outer heel, pinky toe. And the entire center of the foot, the ball of the foot, pushes into the wall. Oh my gosh, this feels amazing. Fingertips reaching to the wall, pulling the shoulders down out of the neck. I think I spoke too soon about the level of the work. I'm really feeling my hamstring now. Final 1. Roll and glide through the spine. Try to push the back of your head down so your eyes stay facing up. And then squeeze through the back of the leg. Return the spine to neutral. Okay, without shifting the pelvis, plant the right foot on the wall, heel in line with knee, left leg floats up. Okay, here we go. We exhale, curl, low back flattens, back ribs. To the top of the back ribs, make sure your left hip isn't dipping down. So left hip bone is level with the right. Pull the waist to the floor and drive your spine back down into the ground. So create pressure with your back body. Good, then scoop through the low back, roll up. And remember, you're resisting the next bone leaving the mat. Pause at the top each and every time so that you can really work the back of your right leg. We're getting the spinal flexibility by controlling the articulation, going slow. And we're getting hamstring glute work by finding the correct foot position and squeezing the muscles at the top. Good, last 3. Good, for 3. Good, Good, exhale on the up. Good, feel the pressure of the foot into the wall at the top. And inhale, roll it down. The inhale giving length to the spine. Okay, one more. Deep C curve. Peel up. Rounding out the back. Push the chest down. Open up the collarbone. Squeeze the right glute. Roll the spine down. Oh, I got a little pop. And find neutral. Oh my goodness. Okay, legs are finished. Time to do the abs. So you're gonna back away from the wall. Your feet are going on the wall, sits bones distance. So mine's about 4 inches apart. Toes point straight up, heels, the back of the heels are on the ground. So my foot is not lifted up, it's heel on the floor. Okay, what we're gonna learn here is how to not move the lower half of your body for the beginning of this ab series. So pelvic stability, again, don't let it move. Hands come behind the head. We're gonna go neutral spine. So not from tucking your hips up so much, but from drawing your abs down. So if you were to look at your belly, puff it up, push it out. How we don't think it's cute, push it out. And now pull your belly down. So that isn't the scoop of the hips that we just did in the pelvic curl at all. It's from your abs pushing into the low back. Okay, so let's see if we can find that. Hands behind the head, bring your elbows into your peripheral. Shoulders slide down, head is heavy. I'm completely supporting my head. There's the weight. The head just is floating off the ground. From here, the upper abs work to lift the upper back up and then lower down till the head is just floating. 1 inch off the ground, but the head has no pain because the head is being completely supported by the hands. Here we go. We breathe out, the back leaves the mat, and then we breathe and the back comes back down, the head floats. Okay, we're gonna lift up through the chest, gaze towards the feet, push your rib cage into the mat, and then inhale, lower back down. I want you to push your heels into the wall. If you're not close enough, scoot in closer. Firm your thigh muscles and ground your hips. Okay, we're gonna pick the pace up just a little bit. Exhale, curl, inhale, lower. Tighten your stomach. When you lift up, pull your abs into your body. Good, give me 5 more. For 5. And 4. Good, head heavy in the hands, check that neck. 3. 2. Stay up on 1. Chin off the chest. 1 foot at a time is gonna lift and leave the wall. Push the opposite foot strongly into the wall. No shift in the pelvis. Then place the foot down. Lift the opposite foot up. Push the foot into the wall that's touching it and switch. Plant the right foot strongly, firm the quad. Lift the left leg without shifting anything in your pelvis. Then plant the left foot and float the right. Abs pull to the mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Modify by resting your head. Advance, curl up into it. Push the rib cage into the floor. Find those upper abdominals. Good, guys, give me 5 more. We exhale, lift. We inhale, lower. Very slow, controlled. Pause at the top. Do not allow your hips to sway right, left. Both sides of your booty are tight. Final 2. Can you pull your waist in deeper? Last 1. Feet to the floor. Rest the head. Hallelujah. Okay, so now we're gonna use the wall to keep our pelvis squared when we twist. Left foot on the wall. Do not roll off your left butt. That's our goal here. So left side of the leg down, right leg tabletop. Hands are supporting your head, so float your head. Rest your head back. We're going to curl up and twist the body to the right. Push the left foot into the wall more. Then come back to center. Same thing. Rotate along the rib cage, twist right, push through the left foot, anchor the left thigh to the mat, and center. Lift up a little higher. We rotate. Feel the outside of your left thigh push into the floor. Inhale, center. You're gonna go 3 more. Around the rib cage we twist,
Then back through center, lift a little higher. For 2. Lift a little higher, final 1. Left seat heavy, big twist. Center,
Rest it down. That is called being honest with your body. How much harder was that than when we do it without the wall? Because we don't know, because we're rolling off the hip. Okay, right foot into the wall, left leg tabletop. Abs sink back, hands behind the head. Okay, so now it's the right heel, right hip that has to stay heavy. I'm gonna move it a little closer. I like to feel like I'm really pushing the wall away from me. Okay, left leg just stays still. We curl up. Rest your head back, pelvis is level. Now I'm gonna twist to the left. Nose in line with chest. Right thigh pushing into the floor. Center, relax the neck. Lift higher, twist the belly, but not the right side of the thigh. And center. Rotate left. Push through every part of your right foot into the wall. And center. Can you curl an inch higher? Rotate along the middle line. Come back to center. Little higher, 2 more. We twist. Breathe out. We inhale. Come center. Reach into the wall. Reach up through your chest. Relax your neck. Rotate. Center and release. Wow, I was seeing a little hike of my pelvis on the left. So things I'm learning about myself as well. Okay, last move for the abs, a little bit of arms right here, is our plank. So your feet will be on the floor. Your heel will push up against the wall. So I'm not standing on the wall with my whole foot, toes on the ground. Okay, so find a plank. Now your plank distance depends how long your body is. It depends how tall you are. So hands are gonna come out underneath the shoulders. I'm just gonna find my positioning. I don't know this. Every time I come into it, I have to find it. Okay, so I'm feeling the ball of my foot on the floor, my heels into the wall. More advanced, closer feet. A little bit more stability and support, wider legs. Okay, your heels should touch the wall the whole time. That's our goal. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Pull the shoulders down. Take your biceps and roll them forward. Triceps point to the knees. We're going to lift one hand at a time. Whatever hand lifts, that leg will naturally want to lift and tilt open, and the foot will get lighter. You're going to use the wall to resist that. Here we go. Right hand lifts. Push your right heel back. Press down into the right ball of the foot, and don't let your right hip open up. Then plant the right hand down. Firm your left thigh. Float the left hand. Push the heel back. Reach the heart forward. Do not let your butt pike up. And take it down. Okay, we're alternating, so take your time. Now, the more advanced you are, the longer you can keep the hand up. So, if you're moving very fast, but you're very strong, slow down. Try to have some hang time. Okay, right hand up. I'm tilting my right hip down. Let's take a peek. Not bad, not bad. Trying to stay centered. Low belly hugs up. Left palm lifts. I push my left heel into the wall. And center. Good, let's do 4 more. It feels like it's getting a little easier. I think my body is learning what I'm asking it to do. And 3. Getting the shakes. That's a good sign. And 2. Good, 1 more. And 1. Good, and then take it down. Okay, time for some extension. So we're gonna lay on our belly. Hands will come to the wall. So you're roughly an arm's distance off the wall. On your belly, my fingertips are gonna come to the wall. The wider your legs, the more release for the low back. So if you've got low back stuff, open the legs up. Fingertips on the wall. I'm a little far, I'm gonna roll in a bit. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna go a little wider than my shoulder distance. Fingertips touch the wall. I'm pushing off the wall to retract my shoulders. Untuck your toes, press the top of the feet down, lift your kneecaps up. Let's see, are we straight? I hope so. Okay, so first I'm gonna curl my pelvis into the floor, lift my navel, and close my rib cage. Then push into your hands, lift your chest, using the wall to assist you. Then what you're gonna try to do is leave the wall with your hands. and then find the wall again. And that's going to be the exercise. Okay, I think I need to move in just a little. Let's see. Okay, shoulders down, tops of the feet down. We're gonna lift up through the spine and then float the arms. And then find the wall, push into the wall, find the extension. Try to drag your hands down to sink your shoulders. Good. Nice, then leave the wall and hold your chest up. Then find the wall and find a little bit more lift. Drag the wall down, pull the heart forward and up. Reach your tailbone to the back of the room. Catch your core, close your ribs, lift your hands. Beautiful, let's do 2 more. I'm gonna try to keep my feet down. Pull the spine up. Lace the ribs. Float the arms. And then fingertips on the wall. 1 more, try to get those arms straight and as high up as we can. Here we go, breathe in, arms float, reach, 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 shoulders down, and release. Awesome work. Okay, flipping it around. You're coming into the end of class. We've got some stretches, but there's some big stretches. So control balance on the wall. I love this one. You're laying on your back. This is one of those exercises you have to find out how far you need to be. It's your legs distance. So your chin needs to stay off your chest. The legs are gonna go overhead. We're just testing the distance. And you wanna be close enough that your feet can stand on the wall and your hands can push into your back. I think I need to be 1 inch further out. Let's see. Let's try it. Okay, so feet are gonna go hips distance. You're gonna roll over, find the wall. Try to get your feet on the wall with the heel lining up with the hip. If your leg's flexible, it might be higher up. Now straighten your legs and push your heels into the wall. So not a stiletto. Heel isn't off the wall. Knees aren't bent. Press your thighs to the ceiling, reach your heels to the wall. Wiggle your shoulder blades together. Bring your elbows behind your back, palms onto your low back. Now I want you to I'm gonna collapse the spine for a second so you can see what not to do. Push your back into your hands. Lift your waist up. So try to find length through the spine. So not a C curve, a flat back. Belly button strong. Okay, control balance. You can stay here, or we float the left leg to the ceiling. Draw the inner thighs together and make sure your right hip has not dipped down. So remember the pelvis, we've worked it the whole class. We're keeping it level. Reach up, get taller through your spine, even though we're inverted. And then right foot to the ceiling now, left foot to the wall. Lift up through this left hip crease. Do not crunch your left side. Reach it to the ceiling. Reach energy through your lifted leg. Draw your inner thighs together. Chin off the chest. Breathe in. Good, both feet to the wall. Bend your knees. Roll it down. Amazing. Okay, this is gonna be a lat stretch. So we're arms distance away from the wall, but we're close enough that the heel of the hand can touch. So make sure the heel of the hand isn't off the wall. Be able to firmly press into the wall. Knees bent if your low back is tired. Legs straight if that's an option. Interlace your fingers. Palms come into the wall. Nice and low, almost to the point your pinky touches the ground. Modify by bringing it higher. Then you're gonna push against the wall so the whole palm is planted. Flex your feet. Find your plumb line. Head tilts back, nose points straight to the ceiling. Neck does not touch the ground. Then pull your chest down and your ribs down. And then find neutral, so your low back has the arch, your hips are heavy. Reach energy through the heels and the palms like you're being pulled into positions, getting really long through the body. Now we're going to tilt the pelvis. You're gonna reach your right leg longer than your left and push more through your right palm. Good, create a lot of length in that side. And then release, reach the left leg longer than the right, push through the left palm, ribs down. Good, come back to center. Point your toes, pull the waist into the floor, straighten through the elbows, reach out through the crown of the head, and take a big breath in here. Big breath out. One more, inhale, fill the ribs. Exhale, plant the ribs. Good, then release the arms and let it go. Amazing work. I mean, I'm so curious what you thought of that. Let's see, 40 minutes of work on the wall. Truly, the standing work was so eye-opening to me. I could feel a lot of instability, and I like the ab work as well, because especially the twisting, right?
It's so easy when we're doing bicycle, whatever way we're turning, to turn the pelvis.
And that's not what we want to do. We want to get that rotation in the waist. So, awesome work. Hope you had a good class. My name's Lindsay Bushman. This is Pilates on Demand. I just absolutely love Pilates. I hope you had a good day. I hope you have a good day. It's only going to get better from here. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys on the next workout. Bye.